you been there before? If you have, give me some reactions down below. I would love a heart if you have been in that place. If you've ever felt like you were too afraid to reach out to someone and so then you didn't talk to them at all. And this is
I want your face like also to be there. That's why I'm not putting this.
Something
Yeah.
either
I don't see my face.
Partner, maybe
I got it. No.
Like to
Okay.
speak at their event. Have you ever been there? Give me a heart.
You're a face brand value.
Or not like, you know what I mean? Like push the little like in the heart. Yay! I see that you're here. So good to see you. Or if you've ever been in a place where you have reached out to someone and then you've been like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? That was the most awkward conversation ever, right? Give me a heart down below if you've been there too. Because we're going to talk about the fact that this is something that we actually all go through, right? We've all been there. So we're going to release judgment and we're going to find a new, exciting way to connect easily with people online. I cannot wait to talk about this. So for those of you that I don't know, my name is Molly Mahoney. It's so good to see you here. I see that we have, hey, yay, Robert, Pamela. So good to see so many people that I know and new people too. Denise, hello. Hey. We are using, Liesel, hi. I like Liesel's pictures to the side. Well, we are using the amazing platform called BeLive.tv, and I'm going to show you some really cool new things that have happened with BeLive in just a second, and then we're going to get into talking about making business connections online in an easy, fun way without feeling like a salesy weirdo, without feeling like a creeper, and so that it's like a light, fun thing that you can do. I have a collection of 7 tips that I'm going to give you, and I'm bringing on a special guest. His name is Adam Urbanski, and he's actually my mentor, my personal business coach, and the way that he and I connected online in the first place was actually pretty funny, and I asked him to come on so he could share that story, and he actually has a really cool technique that allows you to make a connection and then move that connection into working with someone as a client. So I'm going to have him share that with you as well. And it's like fun and easy and light and not stressful. And it's good for both parties. It's like amazing. So before we get into all of that, I'd love to offer you the opportunity to join his Facebook group. He launched a new Facebook group recently. All you have to do to get access is comment below with the word path, and you'll get a message from, hey, Micah, good to see you. Patty, hi. Okay, so when you comment below with the word path, you'll get a message from our awesome BeLive bot, which is going to come right to your Facebook Messenger. And then you want to reply to that comment with the word, can I make it show? Molly, just my first name, Molly. And then I'll send you access to his private Facebook group. It's called Fastest Path to Cash. And it is so filled with crazy, amazing value. So I thought that would be an awesome thing to share with you guys today. Yeah. Good to see you. Hi, Laura. Yeah. So good. Okay. So before we get into this, I'm going to show you a brand new feature that came out with BeLive TV today. I just showed it on my business page. I played with it. It's actually really, really cool. And I'm going to take you behind the scenes in a little screen share. So while we do that, I'm going to take you behind the scenes. I would love it if we collectively, because this is really about building community, right? This is about making one-on-one connections. I see that we have a special guest in our lobby, which is really cool. So you'll see him there too. This is about building community. It's about making connections. And I heard recently at an event that I spoke at called the Social Shakeup, the really big thing that they were talking about is micro influencers. So this is really about having an awesome community of people who really want to connect with you, not about just throwing your stuff all over the place. So with that in mind, what I would love is if we could all share, right? So we've got a bunch of us here right now, and I think this is a message that if we can jump on, I'm going to do it too. Let's all jump on. Click the little share button. I'm going to share this into my Facebook group. Adam, maybe you can share it into your Facebook group. I just gave everyone the awesome way to get access to your Facebook group. So even if you're watching this in the replay, go ahead and share this with us. And then once you've shared, then comment down below with the word share, and I'll give you a little shout out. Yahoo! Okay, I shared. Hooray! Oh. But I shared to my business page, which is not what I meant to do. Now I'm going to share again. That's cool because you can share more than one place. Right? Sharing is caring. All right. And in addition to that, if you have friends, so this information that we're going to talk about today is really great for service-based professionals who are working one-on-one with clients and for people who are in direct sales. So when you're looking to build a team, this can be something that is absolutely paralyzing. Or you can end up saying things that are really awkward and you make all of your friends not like you anymore. And that's not good either. Okay? And I think sometimes direct sales get the bad rap because really they're not given the way I see it, they're not given the proper training that allows them to really treat their business like a business. And so that's something that I want to empower you to do. And I'm so glad to have Adam here to talk to you about that too. It's going to be awesome. Nicole, yeah, Pamela shared. Thank you. Yes, and in my Facebook and with individuals. I love it. Bo is here. Hello. All right. So I am going to show you this little thing so you can see the backside of this, and then we're going to bring Adam on. So I'm actually going to screen share my BeLive platform with you right now. So Adam, they're not going to be able to hear you, but they'll be able to see you. So don't do anything too embarrassing. Go. He's curling his hair as we speak. Ready, Adam? And now they see you. You see Adam down on the side? So fun. So this is what it looks like when you're doing a BeLive talk show broadcast. So you have to have the platform that allows you to use talk show. And know that it's super easy to get a free trial when you comment below with the word path. And then you respond with the word Molly. I also will send you an opportunity to get a free trial of BeLive, which is awesome, so you can play with it. Nancy's here. Adam, Nancy's here. Let's wave to Nancy. Hooray. Okay, so here is our experiment and the new thing that they put out on BeLive just this morning, which I'm so excited about. And I'm actually going to do this. Watch, when I click this little solo button, boop, the whole screen takes over. So you can still see me and Adam on the dashboard. All right, if you're watching this on someone else's group or on my personal page or in my group, make sure you click on the actual video because we don't want your comments to end up other places. We want to be able to see your questions, so make sure that you're clicked on the actual video. And here is what I want us to do. We are going to have a little fireworks show. And what's going to happen, ooh, you're going to see my tips. What's going to happen when we do this fireworks show, Adam, can you see this? On yours, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm showing the backside if you look on your phone. So I can see Nicole is there. Nicole, oh, is that Nicole? That's Lauren. Lauren has given us an face. If you do the little emojis on the bottom, they added this cool thing where you can actually see how many reactions you've had and how many comments you've had while you're live, which I think is so fun. So I am going to do this, and let's all do a fireworks show together. So if everybody does lots of hearts and likes, do you see it? All the numbers are going up. It's so cool. My phone is being kooky and I'm not actually able to see my video because Facebook is weird. So if someone wants to take a screenshot, I would love it. Yeah. It's so cool. And then we can see how the numbers change and we see all the little magic happening. Right there, we're connecting and having fun. Oh my gosh, see? And then I see all of your faces. Jen, hello. Jennifer, happy bot. Hooray, I love it. All right. Okay, Adam, are you ready? He's like, yes, I am, Molly. So I wanted to show you this little tool. It's so cool. So fun. We are about to bring on someone right now. Let me get rid of that screen. Today we're talking about making real, genuine connections via social media that can lead to awesome business relationships. How it can be easy and fun. And I'm sure Adam's going to have some tips that are totally going to blow your mind. I have 7 tips ready for you that I know are like things that you can implement right away. Right now, I'm going to bring up one of my most favorite humans in the entire world, my mentor, the millionaire marketing mentor, guru, all of these crazy, awesome things, the amazing Adam Urbanski. 3, 2, 1. Give him lots of hearts and likes.
This is crazy. Thanks for this crazy intro, Molly, but what else would I expect from you, of course, right?
You're here. All right. So here's how I thought we would start this, is that I want to tell you a little story about something that happened when I was doing a challenge for my clients recently, and they all freaked out. Did I tell you what happened?
You just tell me? No, I have no idea what you mean.
So I put this challenge together the other night for us to reach out to people who have either liked their posts on their business page, commented on their posts of their business page, engaged with their bot, or were inside their Facebook group. Because we all have so many leads and like potentials for connection everywhere, right? Like literally everywhere. And you know what happened? Everyone freaked out.
To know. Come on.
They all freaked out. Everybody was like, I can't talk to people.
Oh, okay. I was expecting some crazy sales numbers, and you're going like, oh, they freaked out. All right.
Before we even got there, it was like everyone went into this place where they were like, wait a minute, who do I have to talk to? I don't have anyone to talk to. And I was like, there's 10 million people that you can talk to right now.
Yep.
So have you experienced that with clients before, or with people who don't see the opportunity there and the connections they can make?
You know, it's funny you mentioned this. I haven't, but it's because I think I bring this mindset to conversations where it's like I take it for granted. It's like, this is what we are doing. There's no conversations about it. But, you know, as I was thinking about it in a shower, of course, right? While
Adam does live videos sometimes.
Because I have to get my hair washed. I was thinking that the first thing we need to cover is, look, every Fortune 1000, Fortune 100, Fortune 10 company is using something they call SDR, Sales Development Reps. And they either do inbound or outbound, and they actually do both, right?
Yeah.
So every multi-million, billion-dollar company is built on SDRs. And what do? They knock on doors. They reach out to people on social media. We've all got those stupid messages on LinkedIn like, hey, I've got this great gizmo. You want to buy it? Now, they do it the wrong way. They don't get trained the right way. But the art of connecting with people, if you own your own business or if your livelihood depends on sales, which is pretty much every single human being, right? Hello? Unless you're being a salesy weirdo, then it's a different story. But yeah, if your livelihood depends on connecting with people and selling, you must know how to turn the art of just cold connection into a real relationship.
Real relationship.
Amen. Right?
Yeah.
And this, high five. And this is something that you're so good at. So I asked Adam if he could come on and share the way that he and I actually connected in the first place. So I knew Adam's amazing wife, who just said no one wants to be a salesy weirdo or talk to one, right?
Wait, it's my wife?
That's your wife. Oh, did you know that? So Adam, I would love to hear the story from your side, because to me, it's one of my favorite stories, honestly. So I want to hear how you tell it. So
I don't even remember the details. I think you know more details than I do, but it's like, you know, there was a period of time, I think it was early last year, and I'm like, you know, the Snapchat is coming up. We want to connect with more millennials. They're on Snapchat. Let me connect with Snapchat. For about 90 days, I got on Snapchat like pretty aggressive. It was a great experience for many reasons. I would encourage you to check it out, definitely. But here's the thing. My wife comes home and says, I was talking to this Molly lady, and she's trying to do things on Snapchat, and I was showing her some things that you were doing. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just connect. What's her name? And I looked you up on Snapchat. I think it was like I reached out, and I essentially, let me just get my phone. So, you know, when
the way that he reached out was so brilliant, and it was like, it made me so happy, and I thought he was totally crazy, but I was also really intrigued. So,
you know, I think that you've got to dial up your personality, right? You've got to dial up your personality when you're connecting with people. You can't be just vanilla, because then you're just like everybody else. So the way I connected with you, Molly, is I took my phone, which on Snapchat, back then there were 10-second videos. I don't know if they still do this. And I essentially just did this. This is the camera in the phone. I stuck my face in it and went like, Molly, are you there? Adam here, answer, or something like this, like super stupid message. But, you know,
okay,
I can only imagine what it looked like on the receiving end.
Exactly. So will you do me a favor, and will you pretend that the camera, can you reach your camera from where you are? Or no, is it too far away? Let's see. You guys can witness it, yes.
Hello!
That's the message that I got. And I was like, what? And Bo had told me that he was really great at Snapchat. So I knew that like at some point we were going to be connecting. But I remember so distinctly, I was in a Starbucks and I saw this message and I was like, who is this crazy person? Right? So, but it intrigued me, and I was like, okay, he's clearly having fun. This isn't like, he's not being some pushy person who's like, I'm gonna reach out and make an offer to her so that I can be her Snapchat coach, right? It was just, so what do you think? I think the intention, and that's actually my first tip, which is such a good thing. So what's your intention when you reach out to people like this?
I just want to connect with someone. I want to get to know them. So actually my first connection, my first step is before I even connect with someone, I typically do my research.
Yes. Do I have that tip written down? Oh, kind of. I wrote down, this is one for Nancy and also from Mari Smith, is know your Hollywood squares. So like where you can fit people in. That's kind of the research thing. So talk about research.
That's why we get those crazy messages on social media where someone just like says, hello, here's my stuff. Go opt in, go buy stuff. I'm like, you don't even know me. You don't even know if I need it. So the first thing is I take 60 seconds and I look up someone's profile, business page, and if they have a link to website, I look at the website. It takes 60 seconds. I just glance at it.
Can we all just comment with the number 60 down below? Because so often from my clients, they're like, I don't have time to do that. It takes 60 seconds. Like, come on. Okay. So
it's a whole different topic. What are you so busy doing? But that's my first step. And then I reach out, and my goal is to get the person to respond. And the best way to get someone to respond, is not to talk about yourself, but about them. And look, you may find broken links on a website. You may find weird stuff. Do never comment on anything negative. What you want to do is compliment the person. And if you cannot find anything genuinely that you want to compliment on, move on. Don't make fake stuff. It literally has to be like, hey, wow, I just saw something super amazing. Congrats on doing this. Or I'm so impressed. Just wanted to say hi. That's all there is. That's all you want to do.
And that's in that first message, you just say, hey, I just saw something awesome that you're doing, and I just wanted to say hi and compliment.
That's it.
This is actually, should we say what this is called? I had it as my seventh tip. Should I skip to that? What this is?
Whatever you would. This is your show, I think, isn't it?
Okay, so this is a technique that Adam calls spotlighting, which is a really amazing name that someone made up.
I wonder who might have been. It was called snipering, and I still have clients who call it snipering. They just like this. You get somebody in the crosswire of the rifle and just go boom.
But I told Adam, I'm still in Adam's coaching program. He's so amazing. And and Adam, you know that you have completely transformed my life. And I'm so grateful for you.
Oh, thank you.
You too, Bo. And Be Live. I'm like the happy, grateful person. Okay. So I was like, Adam, I cannot sniper people. That does not work in my brand. So I'm going to call it spotlighting. So this idea of spotlighting is where you identify potential, it could be potential clients, it could be potential, I'm going to add to this, maybe JV partners, maybe other just connections in your business. And there's such an awesome way to do this without being pushy and weird and making people feel like, oh, what's happening here, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So important to highlight a number of things. It's mindset, but it's really not. Why do I hear feedback? What's going on?
Oh, I don't know. This is the internet. It's a crazy world.
This is the internet. Anyway, so we talked about understanding you must do this. It's not an option. You must do this. But number two, you don't want to do it from the needy perspective. If you need to make a sale today and you're kind of like, oh my God, respond, please buy from me. This never works. It really is first and foremost making a genuine connection. But when the reason it was called snipering or spotlighting, you don't just reach out to anyone. So I am on social media strictly for business. I don't do it for entertainment. I don't do it for family. My social media is I'm there for business. So when I reach out to people, I reach out to those who I consider potential business connections. That's why research and then connect first. Anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, I want to say you're not on social media just to keep track of my kids and how cute they are. Just kidding.
My kids are grown up and not that cute anymore.
Your kids are super cute still too. They're beautiful. Okay, so yes, I agree. And I love what you said about the fact that if you're in a place where it's like a desperate sale, that's not the right energy to be in, which is why it's so important that you start doing this now and you don't wait until you're in that place where you desperately need a sale.
Correct.
Oh, good.
So there's a lot of things like you give people a challenge. Hey, whoever connected with you via Messenger, whoever commented on one of your posts, those are the best people to go and connect with. I'm in a handful of groups on Facebook. Someone makes an amazing posts an amazing, takes time to really think something through and write. Acknowledge them for you. That's the best time to reach out and really say, wow, that really impacted me. I found value. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for sharing. Again, acknowledge people, compliment people, but be genuine.
Totally. And that's one of the reasons that I was so excited about sharing your Facebook group, because Adam has this amazing Facebook group where he offers so much crazy value. And it's a pretty new group. I'm so glad that you created it. And he does these posts where everyone's sharing. And one of the tips that I had was provide value with no strings attached. So if every time you provide value, you're expecting to make a sale or to get an opt-in, you're sharing a link.
From Mumbai.
my friend Arnie has this awesome training about Facebook groups. And one of the rules that he has in his groups is that no links are allowed at all. That if you're going to share a link to your own blog post, copy the text from your blog post and put it in a message. That there's absolutely none of that, and let the relationships happen organically that way.
So,
right?
I absolutely love this. And, this is, again, kind of a business philosophy that I think you and I like in that is I don't believe that I can give away too much. So one of the biggest objections people always tell me is like, well, what if I give them so much they don't want to buy it? I'm like, it's highly unlikely. Because the people that don't want to buy from you, the freebie seekers that take free information and try to do it themselves, they were never your prospects or potential clients anyway. And those who are your clients, they so appreciate the breadth and depth of information. So if you give them good stuff, they go like, wow, this is really good. I don't want to do it by myself, or I don't want to do it myself. Can you please help me with it?
Can we get a mic drop for that one?
That's what my friend Sunil Chhaya is doing. Gives a lot of free on
true.
Facebook Live daily.
And, I mean,
but when people
so
understand that there is much more depth, they join his workshop.
We all struggle with it.
So
it's
Silva workshop is happening in Pune next month. Keep watching all his videos, which is free. But then really you want to go to the depth of it, you need to attend the workshop. Am I right?
If you're giving with the right intention, there is always going to be
yes. Planning it on 6th and 7th of January.
So what were your first 3 tips?
Either Novotel or Hyatt.
That's your intention. Number 2 was know your Hollywood squares. So this
know
is
your
something
Hollywood
that I actually
square.
learned from Nancy Jutton, who's here. And Nancy Jutton learned it from Mari Smith, who is an awesome, a brand ambassador for Be Live, one of my good friends and mentors as well. And the idea of your Hollywood squares is, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you know this, but the way that I remember it is that you want to know like what connections would be beneficial to you in your business, like what spaces, the Hollywood squares, whether it's like the people all in their little squares, that old TV show, the game show, and it's not just about clients, it's about JV partners, or it's about maybe speaking opportunities. Like there's so many ways that connections can actually build your business, and if we do as look at all the mic drops we got. I like this. Mic drop, yes. They're doing the mic emojis. Thank you. I love it. The eWomen Network, which is where Bo, Adam's wife, and I met. Shout out to eWomen. Yeah. They say lift as you climb. And so if we're looking to realize there's like a whole community, sometimes you just need like a friend to talk to. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be the biggest change in your business.
So that's a whole different category, and I love this. And Nancy has perfected this art of Hollywood squares. When I first started my business, just networking locally, the biggest pivot, the biggest breakthrough in my business came from just changing the mentality. And I called it my 10 by 10 by 10 formula. So I stopped going to networking meetings to find clients, but instead I was looking for partners. And my goal was to find 10 partners in a year who can each introduce me to 10,000 people. And then my goal was to impress those people so much that they each will refer me to 10 of the friends. Mm-hmm. And I forget the number, it's like 1 million eyeballs. I think I'm going to have 1 million eyeballs reached in 1 year just by connecting with 10 influencers to start.
How good is that? And so let's talk about that 10,000 number, because I come up with a 10 if you can reach out to 10 people and have that effect. It's like, when you look at it this way, I know it's not actually, but it becomes so easy if you put this stuff into action, which is what the whole point of this video was. This can actually be easy, right? So come up with a 10 if you love that idea. What was I going to say?
How are you doing these labels so fast? I mean, you're talking to me and the labels appear. Like, is there 3 of you in there behind the camera? What's going on?
How do you do it?
It's the magic of Be Live TV.
If you want to know Molly's secret, just type in secret. Does it work for you? Type in secret.
Watch this, and then I can make that.
We are going to start using Be Live. Huh? It's a very seriously good program. Much more than webinar again.
So this idea of the 10 people, right? I was just talking about. I recently spoke at the Social Shakeup Boot Camp, and there were people like the lead marketing guy from Taco Bell was there, which was super fun. Did you know their Snapchat filter is still the #1 Snapchat filter that has ever been?